Hello lovely ones and welcome to the Salt YouTube channel. My name is Ray. Grab yourself your favourite bevy and let's have a chilled old chinwag. Here in my wardrobe, yet to find a good YouTube space. Two things I want to talk about today. I want to encourage all the lads out there to ask girls out. What do you do as a woman when you match with a guy on Salt or a dating app and then they just never message you? And also from the guy's perspective, I want to talk today about why that might be. But ultimately in this video, I really want to encourage the lads to ask girls out more on dates and be confident in doing that. So I personally think that it is a more kind of natural thing for a man to pursue a woman, but I am not saying that it's wrong for a woman to pursue a man. But I just think there is this innate desire in women to be desired and pursued. I just think it's a thing, and I think there's like a drive in a man to pursue a little bit more. But like, I'm honestly saying that in my mind, I know a handful of people where the women pursued the guy and they're happily married, an amazing relationship. So is the ball in the guy's court a little bit more in terms of when you match on Salt, the girlie is kind of wanting the guy to approach her first? I know that I would think that way, and many women that I know think the same way as well. They would like the guy to make the first move. And I have a story. I've got a story. This came to mind straight away as I started thinking about this topic, because I felt so inspired by this guy several years ago now. I went to a ministry school in Redding, California. Okay, so going from British culture to American culture in a Christian context as well. When it comes to dating, oh my goodness, it was very, very different. I didn't think it would be, but it was very, very different. Anyway, so a few weeks into school, meeting new people, and I'd moved in with one of my best friends, and we were living with 10 other girls from all over the world, and we're getting to know these new girls. So we're settling into the house, and there was a knock on the door one day. There was a guy who was in my life group. Oh, what was it even called? Revival group. What's it called? Like a Bible study group. And he met one of my housemates, and he thought, wow, she's beautiful. I want to ask her out on a date. And this guy, he's from down south in America as well. So it was just screaming gentleman. It was screaming chivalry. And he knocked on the door. He was wearing a really smart shirt. He had obviously made a huge effort with his appearance. And he asked for the girl that I lived with if he could talk to her at the door. And he asked her out on a date. And do you know what? She was so flattered and she said no. Okay? She said no, but he did not lose his composure, and he said, no, that's fine. And then he went home, and I've never forgotten that story. Now, I don't know if he felt like upset after or rejected or anything that my friend said no, but I thought, what an absolute legend. Like, what a beautiful example of a gentleman just pursuing a woman and just gracefully accepting the no. Do you know what? That guy is married now to a beautiful woman, and of course he is, because I just think with that kind of boldness and courage, he was gonna meet an amazing woman one day. I've been having lots of conversations recently with girls who match with someone on Salt, and then the guy never messages and they leave feeling confused. You know, why did they match with me? And then they message, sometimes they don't even get a reply. And I just thought, like, why is that? Let's like look into it. And then I thought of that story of that guy, and I just thought, oh, can we pull on that like a little bit more? What does it look like to be a gentleman in the context of online dating? And so I had a chat with a couple of my guy mates, and I had a little think as well. I really want to encourage the guy who feels nervous to ask a girl out, or you are waiting for the girl to message you first, or you feel like you're not good enough or you're scared of rejection. I just want to say, be like my mate who rocked up at the door, and he looked his best. He asked her out, he looked her in the eye. Will you go out with me on a date? She said no. He said, that's fine. And he left left with grace. I just think to be that kind of guy is always inspiring. So just never underestimate the growth that you might feel inside, or even how you will inspire others with just stepping out and being courageous. Deuteronomy 31 verse 6, it says, be strong and be courageous. Don't be afraid or terrified because of them, for your Lord God goes with you, and he will never leave you nor forsake you. It might feel silly me saying this verse in the context of asking a woman out, but no. That is a powerful verse to just for God to instill in our hearts. Be strong, you know, son, daughter, be strong and courageous. Like, don't worry about what anyone thinks. I'm with you. If you're nervous, go for it. Go for it. Now, the second thing I kind of thought about was maybe they're texting multiple people. We definitely live in that culture, don't we? Where it's kind of socially acceptable to be messaging multiple people. And I suppose I want to say, like, when you actually think about that, is that what you want to be doing? And I just think in terms of these kinds of topics, I always just think going back to how would you want your mother or your sister or your cousin or your female friend that you really care about, how would you want a guy to treat them in these situations? And always using that as the base, because it's so normal in culture to kind of be texting tons of people. And do you know what? Being intentional with all of the matches, I think will feel really good as well. And if we're too busy for the app, again, being intentional, I love a bit of time management, guys. I need it in my life because I am fast paced, I'm scattered, and I need boxes. Well, maybe not boxes, but I need organization. So I've learned to be organized because I need my time managed and all these things because I've got a lot on. And in terms of time management, is online dating for this season, like, can you steward that in this busy season? Because I would say if you want to be intentional with meeting someone, give it 10 minutes a day. Like, sit down with a cup of tea and go on the app 10 minutes a day. Actually be intentional with that time, and that will actually feel really empowering as well. Ultimately, guys, please be strong and be courageous and ask the girlie out. Now, what do you think about this topic? Have you got any thoughts that I haven't sort of tapped into? I would love to hear, because this is a conversation that comes up over and over again with Salt users actually as well. So God bless, guys. I've loved chatting with you today, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.